What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video here today for you guys. We got the May monthly players of the month for you, the monthly award. So let's get right into it. We're gonna go over what there is, and then we'll go over all the player stats as well. So as you can see, there's the May monthly awards. If you complete all of them, you get a pack with one of the players. You have a good chance of getting a gold player, not a diamond. Not so much. You gotta get real lucky for that. You gotta complete all of these. Pretty easy moments, to be honest. The hardest ones are honestly just striking out 10 batters, just because when you're playing CPU, they seem to tend to hit everything inside of the strike zone. And then for you guys, we got the collection, and they got the May collection. So the player of the month is the Josh Bell, 95 overall. So we're just going to go through the players. I'm not going to show you the stats for every single player. I don't think you guys care to see the stats for the gold players and silver players. So we're just going to let these guys load in. And as soon as they load in, we will go onto them and start checking out the stats. So we'll start with the Jake Odorizzi. I guess that's how you pronounce it. K through 9, 78, hit through 9, 89, walk only a 67, home run 70, control only a 66, velocity 80, and break 88. Not really a card I would probably use as a starter. There's a lot of good starters, and really they're not that expensive in this game. I would not really pick him up, but if you need him to complete the collection, a lot of these cards are going to be expensive. Just gonna let you know that. I won't be completing it just because of that. I don't feel like spending hundreds of thousands of stubs just to complete a set to get a 95 overall player. But if it is something, or if you just like a certain player out of there, you can check this out. So this is the Derek Dietrich. I guess that's how you would say that. He's really just gonna be for power versus right. You're not really gonna want to play him in the infield. It's not second base. You might be able to get away with it, but I personally, not with the 47 speed, he'll not be in my lineup. His contact is all right. Really, he might be a pinch hitter for that power against right, but he doesn't have bomber. So even though he has 120 power, without the bomber, it's not as great of a card. Not someone I would pick up. We got the closing pitcher Hector Neris. Hit through 9, 103, K through 9, 102, home run through 9, 82, clutch 103, 75 control, 87 velocity, and 97 break. The worst thing about this card is if you look in the top right, splitter, 4-seam, 2-seam. So really just 2 fastballs and a splitter. No real change-ups or breaking balls, anything. So I would stay away from him just because you might be able to get away with them for an inning, but if you play him for too long, too many batters, you're probably not gonna do too well. He's probably gonna get a lot of hits because you're just gonna be throwing a lot of fastballs, and that's not really the greatest. So there's also this Brandon Woodruff starting pitcher. So he has a little bit more in his repertoire, but he doesn't have the greatest stats once again. For 87, hit through 9, 87, K through 9, 82, walk is a 70, home run 66, 76 control, 93 velocity, and 87 break. Not a great card. If you really need someone, I guess you could just, and if you get him for free, or you just really like this card for whatever reason, feel free to pick him up. I personally won't be picking him up. Just not a great card. Once again, I have pretty much all 90 plus pitchers. Once I get the Clayton Kershaw from the level 80 for silver level 80, I'll pick up Clayton Kershaw, and my lowest pitcher will be my Roy Oswalt, 89. So I personally won't be using this card. There's the Gleyber Torres. He isn't the worst card. I would play him at second base if I was going to play him. I wouldn't play him at shortstop with the 59 fielding. I don't know why all these cards have really bad fielding, but his hitting's a lot better. He's really good against right-handers, decent against left. He at least has some power, and his arm strength and arm accuracy isn't the worst. And he has bomber. So if you're a Yankees fan and you really want him, feel free to pick him up. Once again, not someone I'll be adding to my lineup just because of his stats and his fielding. I do not like low fielding cards. I seem to have bad luck with that. But if you're okay with it, then feel free to pick him up. There's the Rafael Devers. So once again, I wouldn't be putting him at third base. I'd put him at first because of the 57 fielding. But hitting-wise, this is a pretty good card. Contact is great against right and left. Power is great against right and left. And he does have bomber as well. So pretty good card. Bats left-handed if you need some left-handed batters. Not the best card I would if you out of first base or third base. But if you need someone and you can get him for cheap, or you get him out of the monthly pack and you want to keep him, not the worst option. He will do some hitting, or if anything, you can just put him on your bench as a pinch hitter and bring him in. He'll probably do good in those situations as well. There's the Ryan Presley relief pitcher. So this is the card I probably like the most, just because his stats are pretty good overall, with the 96 hit through 9, 89 K through 9, 94 walk through 9, home run through 9 with that 87, and then 82 control, 85 velocity, and 88 break. It's a pretty good card overall. Balanced, not amazing in anything, but he does throw a 96 mile per hour fastball, which, you add 2 to that roughly, so it'll probably be around 98. And a 90 mile per hour slider with the 83 mile per hour sweeping curve, so he does have those outside breaking balls. And another 2-seam, you could throw that high inside and try to get him on like a full count or something like that. So he's not the worst card. Definitely the one I would like the most out of all these cards. That being said, I don't pick up a lot of relief pitchers. I don't know why, but I tend to use a lot of closing pitchers. I think just because their stamina is basically the same, and I usually like their repertoire better for pitches. And then there's also this Hyunjin Ryu. Not the greatest of cards, to be honest. 91 four-seam with only 60 velocity, 84 control, 86 break. Nothing really stands out. And then you're on top of it, you're throwing a 91 mile per hour four-seam. I really don't know how this card's a 90 overall, to be honest. Definitely not someone I will be picking up. Definitely will be, if I did do this set, I would just quick sell him. But if I got him, I would for sure just sell him. Unless you really want the Josh Bell, that's really the only reason I would get him. But he is not playing in my lineup. Just not someone I want. And then this is the card that the player of the month, Josh Bell. Once again, like I said, they're fielding for some reason in this promo. The May players is just terrible. First base, I guess you can get away with it. It's kind of like a Frank Thomas type card, except I think Frank Thomas has a little bit better hitting stats. But at least he has bomber, and he's got crazy power. Contact's great against right-handers, at least. Left isn't the worst, but he'll make up for it with the power. And fielding, I guess you can get away with it at first base. There's not a lot of balls that go to first base, so I guess you can get away with it. Not someone I will be personally taking. But let's see if anyone's pulled these cards yet. I don't think so, since it just came out. Okay, so he's only 40,000 right now because he just came out, and I don't think a lot of people are liking it. But if you view all these players, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. Yeah, you're going to have to spend a couple 100,000 stubs on these diamond players just to get this Josh Bell. Not someone I'm personally going to do. I might just buy some of these silver players, the 4 silvers and a gold, just to get 5,000 XP. We'll see how expensive they are, just to check for you guys. So you're only going to spend like 1,000 stubs. You won't make any back, but you will get 5,000 XP if you want to do that. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this promo. I'm not a fan of May. Don't think I'm going to be picking up May or doing any of it. I might just do the moments to see if I can get someone to sell, but that's pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have any players that you guys want to pick up this promo. I personally am not, like I said, don't advise it for you guys, but if there is a player that you do like, feel free to pick him up. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and as always, guys, I will see you next time.